والله يفرض يقول لا دانات 120.
These men are soldiers from Sudan Armed Forces, SAF, and Joint Forces active in Khartoum.
14 ونص نايم.
They have just conducted a raid and seized ammunition that apparently belonged to their enemy, the Rapid Support Forces, RSF. The raid took place inside a town that has been held hostage by the RSF over the last 1 year. Inside a dark room, appearing to be one of the RSF's ammunition depots, the SAF soldiers are filming and seem absolutely amazed by what they've just found. The branding on these crates, full of an assortment of arms, has captured their attention. Written clearly on the wooden box is the word Kenya. A 6-month investigation by NTV in collaboration with Bellingcat can now reveal that ammunition initially delivered to Kenya has been found in Sudan's devastating civil war. This is despite calls by the United Nations Security Council to the international community to hold supply of arms to the warring parties.
Allahu Akbar!
Over the next few minutes, we intend to answer a simple but critical question. How did an assortment of arms linked to Kenya find its way into a country torn apart by more than 2 years of a brutal civil war?
I had a serious disagreement with President William Ruto about Sudan. You know we have a problem in Sudan. There's a rebel movement called RSF. And the leader of that group is called Hemeti, has been the vice president of Sudan.
In a controversial media interview in April, former Deputy President Rigathi Gachagua claimed President Ruto had business dealings with General Mohammed Hamdan Dagalo, popularly known as Hemeti.
And Hemeti came, and we met, we discussed about Kenya and Sudan, but that was not the purpose of the visit. I took him to the president. Later on, I realized they are doing business. After some time, it became clear to me that the international community had placed international sanctions against Hemeti.
While Gachagua did not provide the proof of the business deals, the timing of Hemeti's visit to Kenya raised serious questions, perhaps hinting on the possibility that Kenya is a player in Sudan's war. Hemeti is the commander of Sudan's Rapid Support Forces, RSF, a paramilitary group accused of killing tens of thousands of Sudanese over the last 2 years. In January 2025, the US sanctioned him for orchestrating genocide, ethnic cleansing, and obstructing humanitarian aid in the ongoing Sudan civil war. The RSF generals have made 2 high-profile visits to Kenya. Here, the RSF leader is being welcomed at JKIA in January 2024 and later officially received at State House Nairobi for a closed-door meeting with President William Ruto. A visit that drew significant attention given the RSF's role in Sudan's war. In February this year, the RSF deputy commander, who is also Hemeti's brother, Abdul Rahim Hamdan Dagalo, was at Nairobi's KICC. In a move that sparked widespread outrage internationally, the RSF general was in Kenya for a signing ceremony to establish a new parallel government of Sudan. The Kenyan government defended hosting the RSF, stating it was providing a non-partisan platform to conflicting parties. Sudan's Ministry of Foreign Affairs accused Kenya of interfering in Sudan's internal affairs and breaching the Constitutive Act of the African Union. Sudan further responded by recalling its ambassador and halting imports from Kenya. For the last 2 years, humanitarian organizations have expressed grave concerns about a war that has claimed more than 61,000 lives and displaced over 12 million people.
Sudan is being torn apart before our eyes and is now home to the world's largest displacement crisis and famine.
What we're about to show you reveals for the first time the evidence of Kenyan-labeled crates of ammunition inside Sudan. Over the next few minutes, we will use forensic clues to prove that crates of ammunition meant for Kenya were indeed found in Khartoum. After launching a full-scale offensive in January 2025, the Sudan Armed Forces and pro-military units led by Army General Al-Burhan have gradually stormed RSF-controlled areas in central and southern Khartoum. We noticed almost every successful raid by the Sudanese forces is documented and posted to social media, making them publicly available for everyone to see. By carefully analyzing hundreds of Sudanese social media accounts, which are largely pro-SAF, we identified these 4 posts that we'll spend a few minutes on. We can link this crate of ammunition to Kenya because the possible ammunition supplies are part of the same contract number, 23, and labeled as belonging to Kenya's Ministry of Defense. This is a crucial finding according to arms experts. But hold that thought. We'll come back to this later. Let's first find the exact location of these crates of ammunition. We can achieve this by focusing on 3 key aspects. 1. Identifying the locations mentioned in these social media posts. 2. Closely analyzing the room where the crates of ammunition were filmed. And 3. Revealing the identities of the men filming this raid. We'll start by taking a closer look at the places mentioned in the posts. Examining the captions attached to the social media posts reveals what appears to be pro-SAF accounts, often posting in Arabic with a particular set of keywords mentioning Omdurman, Salha, and Khartoum. Omdurman, Salha, and Khartoum are names of places in Sudan. For context, Salha, also known as Al-Salha, is a neighborhood in Omdurman within Khartoum state. It lies approximately 10.8 kilometers from central Khartoum, the country's capital. With this context, we can point out that the crates of ammunition were likely filmed here. We also match these details in a news article posted in May by Al Jazeera, which highlights the recent raids conducted by Sudanese forces around the same time as the social media posts. It specifically mentions the Salha area south of Omdurman. If we take a second look at these 3 videos, you'll notice that they were highly likely recorded by different individuals within the same room at different angles. Pay close attention to this metallic box on the top of the wooden ammunition boxes in our first video. It appears in the second video and in the third video too, suggesting it's the same location. A further look into different sections within the same room reveals something else. As the person holding the camera explores different sections of the room, he moves closer to a door that reveals light from the outside. The light holds a crucial clue here as it's cast from above. This could mean that this room is possibly an underground depot or storage facility. Also, notice the position of the windows. But since there's no view from outside, let's explore other clues. Perhaps identifying the men captured in the videos will crucially help confirm the location of this video and provide further context. We will start with this man on the left. Let's call him the bald man. He's wearing a fatigue t-shirt, glasses, and white tasbih prayer beads. We found another video recorded just a day before the raid. It showed what appears to be the same man wearing the same glasses and prayer beads, but instead of the t-shirt, he's wearing full military fatigue. The fatigue holds crucial clues that can identify him even further. It features a patch, which we identified belongs to the General Intelligence Service of Sudan. An insignia consistent with the rank of a major in the Sudanese Armed Forces, and his name in Arabic. An optical character recognition reveals his name, which appears to read Al-Maki Abdul Qudus Ahmed. We found a Facebook and TikTok account that links to this name. A closer look at his social media accounts reveals a series of frequent posts on combat operations signaling he is a senior soldier with active frontline duties in the fight against the Rapid Support Forces in Sudan. Our second man will refer to him as the young face. Notice he has Sudan's flag attached to his left shoulder and a distinct logo on his t-shirt. We also found another video of him wearing the same clothes, but this time from a different video filmed outdoors. A facial recognition search helped us match his Facebook profile, and his account further reveals where he lives. We were able to match his location on satellite. Notice the tarmac road behind them. It depicts a major highway, and there are several buildings and a few trees behind them. Matching these features to satellite imagery places them in Salha, south of Omdurman. From the videos we analyzed, it was also easy to pick out that the men we identified often spend much time together during operations, as seen in this photo. Putting these two men together, we can conclusively say that both of them are part of Sudanese security forces that engaged in combat operations between May 19th and 21st in Omdurman. It was during this period that they discovered an underground depot with crates of ammunition that belonged to the Kenyan government. These places the discovery of the Kenyan-branded ammunition firmly within RSF-controlled territory recently recaptured by Sudanese forces. Back to the crates of ammunition, we identified more Kenyan Ministry of Defense labeled ammunition crates discovered by Sudanese security forces. The labels on these wooden crates provide critical information. They include the name of the product, contract number, batch number, quantity, volume, and case number. We can already link these wooden crates of ammunition directly to Kenya's Ministry of Defense using the contract number 23 PTI/KEMOD-01/Kenya. For example, the 14.5 by 114mm API cartridge crates are explicitly marked this way, indicating they are part of a contract to supply the Kenyan Ministry of Defense. Furthermore, the batch numbers like 001-24, 002-24, and 005-24 indicate a production date of the year 2024, which is critical as it proves that these crates were diverted to Sudan after the war began in April 2023. However, speaking in confidence, a senior investigator at Conflict Armament Research, a UK-based illegal weapons tracking group, pointed out that while the labels show delivery to Kenya, we cannot say with certainty about the origin or producer of the ammunition as there is no specific manufacturer marking. Our investigation also identified an additional set of green crates with Kenyan labels as seen in one of the videos recorded in the room. According to the munitions experts, this contract number shows it was likely initially delivered to Kenyan authorities in 2023. This is significant because it further proves that these crates were diverted to Sudan after the beginning of the war in April 2023. According to the munitions experts, the markings on this crate indicate the mortar bomb type PP87 as seen from this weapon database. Here, we can see this weapon in the hands of an RSF fighter. In 2024, Human Rights Watch reported that the RSF appeared to be using this type of Chinese-made mortar ammunition. Our investigation uncovered evidence that paints a concerning picture. Ammunition branded for the Kenyan Ministry of Defense, found in areas recently controlled by RSF in Khartoum. The high-profile visits of the RSF leader to Kenya, the controversial attempt to establish a parallel government from Kenyan soil, and the unsubstantiated but serious allegations of business ties between the Kenyan president and Hemedti are all pieces of evidence that could help in understanding Kenya's role in a war that has brought misery to the people of Sudan. As part of this investigation, the nation reached out to several parties for their responses, including Kenya's Ministry of Defense, Ministry of Foreign Affairs, and the Sudanese Embassy in Nairobi. On June 12th, the Ministry of Defense replied to our inquiry, requesting to review our evidence before issuing a response. We shared the forensic evidence as per their request. 24 hours before this publication, the Ministry of Defense responded to our evidence, stating that we appreciate your reply to our request for photographs of the crates indicated and ammunition lot numbers to ascertain the claims. Upon examination of the photographs provided, we wish to state that we do not recognize the crates nor the inscriptions on them. The Kenya Ordnance Factory Corporation, and by extension, the ministry, is alive to the sensitive nature of the ammunition it manufactures, and as a result, it has clear records of its supplies within and beyond Kenya. Alongside this, and to guarantee public safety, audits of the factory's operations are frequently conducted by the managing and external oversight authorities. The Ministry of Defense therefore distances itself from the allegations you sent earlier. Further, we fully remain committed to upholding the rule of law and continue to operate strictly within the mandate granted by the Constitution and applicable authorizations.